Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Safe Release channel. My name is Matteo, and today I'll be talking about the second version of our new music project called Metamorphosis. Every track on our album was published privately. This to preserve our right and will to present our project to labels and not publish it independently. We started with a simple idea, blending an organic sound with an urban edge and bringing together nature, concrete, and digital elements in one musical journey. There are two versions of this project, and you've already seen Metamorphosis Dawn, and it was introduced by Chiara, and I'll focus on Metamorphosis Dusk. While Dawn shows the start of an hypothetical day, when urban chaos and solid structures dominate, Dusk represents the moment when nature grows tired of being overshadowed by human made designs. By the end, there's no clear line between the organic and the inorganic. Everything combines into a new life form. Our 10 tracks represent that special time of that day, the twilight. This album isn't just about decay or darkness, it also carries nostalgia and hope and the chance for renewal. It's like a new dawn rising out of the dusk and blending the organic and the digital into one smooth world. Our project stems from a cultural and musical background shaped by constant change in society, in technology, and in the arts. Urban and electronic music have a rich history that goes back to hip hop, dub, and dance music of the 80s and 90s, growing into today's hybrid styles. Now, digital production tools let artists mix field recordings, acoustic tones, and electronic instruments in ways that once seemed impossible. So, during the 70s and the 80s, hip hop appeared in the Bronx as a creative answer to social struggles. And at the same time, Detroit's underground scene helped start techno as a forward looking and groundbreaking styles. While in London, garage music laid the groundwork for future garage music and bass music, breaking new ground in rhythm and sound. So, across this growth, urban music has always been a voice for social issues and personal expression, relating to the complexities of city life and the search for freedom. In recent years, the mix of technology and tradition has led the way in urban electronic music. As production tools became more accessible, as online platforms for sharing and working together grew, musicians from around the world started combining field recordings, acoustic instruments, and electronic setups like never before. So, the main artistic influences were a lot for this project. We are talking about Brian Eno, especially for ambient and experimental music. Burial, famous for dark nighttime moods shaped by distorted field recordings, like footsteps or distant voices, but also Massive Attack. And the Bristol trip hop scene, in total, taught us how to layer organic samples on top of moody electronic beats. Also, for example, Fortet, that is known for blending acoustic instruments like piano, guitar, with detailed electronic textures. Also Bonobo, that pairs electronic beats with warm human melodies, encouraging us to keep our music organic. But finally, Jordan Rakei, that merges hip hop style beats with soul and neo soul harmonies, giving us ideas for rhythmic and vocal work. Finally, there is also inspiration from Aurora and Jacob Collier. Though they aren't strictly urban, their focus on free will and environment and honest communication shaped our approach. So, by integrating elements of social commentary traditionally found in urban music, such as addressing inequality or, in our case, environmental degradation, we aim to shift the conversation toward the relationship between humans, cities, and ecosystems. Chiara and I collaborated equally on the entire creative process, from production to songwriting and post production. Still, I'd like to highlight a few specific areas where my personal input were, and especially shaping the album's conceptual flow and unique sound palette. Let's start with structure and the types of tracks that I have in my version of the project. So, my album is composed by 10 tracks. We decided to divide these tracks in three categories: intro, the interludes, the pre metamorphosis tracks, and the post metamorphosis tracks. The division helps narrate a transformation across the album, mirroring our theme of Dusk turning into a new dimension. Let's talk about the interludes. So, the intro, Metamorphosis, Lost, Lapsus 1, and Lapsus 2. These interludes are among the most experimental ambient pieces in the project, and they center around my upright piano that is right here. He's over 70 years old. Its sound is but worn, and this reflects both nostalgia and fatigue, which is perfect for capturing the sense of time passing in a decaying urban landscape. To mic the piano, I used a basic AB miking setup, but with two different microphones, since I currently don't own a meshed pair. This imperfect approach gave me and the recording a raw and almost broken character. In Metamorphosis and in Lost, we heavily employed field recordings, aiming to blend them seamlessly with the piano and Chiara's voice. Lost in particular features a substantial amount of vocal manipulation, making the vocals resonate with the piano worn out and emotional quality. We even attempted to replicate a broken voice, reminiscent of Billie Eilish Bad Guy, by mapping an envelope follower to an LFO to achieve a slightly jittery, stuttering effect. Lapsus 1 and Lapsus 2 are two very short interludes that hold personal significance for me. They were recorded as soon as I got this piano, which was completely out of tune, almost a semitone lower than standard pitch, untouched for about 30 years. In these tracks, I wanted to preserve the piano's true essence before tuning it. Let's talk about the pre-Metamorphosis tracks, which are Hide, Lights, and Shapeless. These three songs still offer glimpses of urban elements as they struggle to survive against nature. Hide features raw, organic sounds, acoustic guitar, bass, and vocals with an unusual structure that continuously builds without a traditional verse-chorus pattern. Its standout element is a sampled hip-hop drum break with re-triggered samples also, fused with organic textures. Lights, on the other hand, leans toward R&B and soul feel in 6/8 time, combining harmonic richness and groove with ethereal electronic layers, aiming to seamlessly merge the soulful vibe with a more modern, airy sound design. Shapeless relies on urban-style rhythms and percussion, driven by 808s and bass paired with a Reese bass from a Prophet BS, creating a deep low end. These electronic elements meld with acoustic piano and Chiara's slightly haunting vocal lines. And now about the post-Metamorphosis tracks that are On the Rope, Nika, and the Flowers Lullaby. Here, nature has fully taken over and organic sounds dominate the mix. On the Rope is our sole released single so far, and gaining over 15,000 views. It exemplifies the blend of natural instrumentation and sampled Foley percussion, inspired by artists like Bonobo. Nika, on the other hand, is an entirely instrumental track built around a custom-made classical guitar named Nika, and it is owned by guitarist Pietro Lauretta. And we combined, together with Pietro, a Spanish-flavored harmonic progression and his fingerstyle, playing with electronic elements like string section, which was processed via output portal, and subtle synth layers, and organically sampled percussion that concludes the album's transition. By this stage, organic life has merged completely with the digital world. The final track on the album is the Flowers Lullaby. It opens with a classical guitar progression, recorded and merged with a slow drum pattern, featuring also a lo-fi hip-hop elements. Together, they carry a lullaby that Chiara and I wrote, which is a song of freedom that leads us to the end of our journey, where only birdsong, her voice, and the guitar remain. Metamorphosis Dusk sums up our attempt to respect the ongoing growth of urban and electronic music while also pushing its limits to talk about environmental and deeper human themes. Chiara and I shared the work in every aspect: creative direction, sound design, and production. Talking briefly about post-production, when approaching our mixes and masters, we only cared about one thing, which was preserving the organic warmth and sound of our tracks. This was achieved by using a lot of analog plugins, emulations, like the Pultec EQ, also for example the LA2A compressor and 1176 on voices, drums. This helped us achieve warmth and organic sound that we wanted, and this contributed to everything that we talked earlier. Using gold pianos, field recordings, vocal effects, and the latest software, we aim to build a setting where nature and cities, acoustic and digital, can share the space in harmony. We hope this project resonates with the people who love both the raw side of acoustic music and the forward-looking side of electronic production. So thank you for watching, and enjoy Metamorphosis Dusk.